derive pleasure from someone else and then getting my nose rubbed in it. But aren't you jealous? Aren't you scared? Yeah, sometimes I am. But it's a thrilling, erotic feeling too.
No.
You see, Kate and I fear that jealousy, or take that jealousy and fear and just sexualize it. Just like skydiving, there's a pleasure and a rush facing your fears. By playing with the things that scare us, we feel like we can control them better. God, honey, love his cock so much more than yours. You don't even compare. It stings, but it turns us on. For me, I feel more empowered. I get to have I get to have a lover in addition to a husband. Craig is a manly man, testosterone personified, and there's an animalistic power in being a submissive to him over my husband. I get a thrill out of fucking the alpha of the pack.
Oh no, the next one's not safe for work.
Oh no.
I'm a queen who
God,
gets to
he's
fuck
fat.
with marriage stereotypes. The thrill of an affair without the damage. Throwing myself at Craig, knowing Joe loves/hates it, I get to personify a sluttier, more extroverted version of me. And it's not at the expense of our relationship. We do it together, even if we're not in the same room. It's weird to say.
Sometimes in the closet with the Superman suit.
It's weird to say as I'm getting rammed doggy style while holding my lover's hand. But I feel closer when to Joe when I'm cuckolding him. I'm in touch with something deep inside him. The sex is pretty amazing too. Craig and I are at it like rabbits, and when I throw Joe a bone and we fuck, it's like renewed intimacy and connection. It's like being in the honeymoon period constantly. Being the third in a cuckold in the scenario is often called being the bull.
Bull.
It is. It, too, is a complex and deep role to play. While I don't explore the same aspects as Joe or Kate do, I get a whole other set of rewards from it. I get to engage with two awesome, open people. I get to fuck an amazingly sexy lady whenever I want. I get to flex my aggressive muscles and showboat as I fuck. And it's a real rush throwing a husband out of his bed to fuck his wife. It's also really fun coming up with new and outrageous ways to get Joe to squirm too. Sending. New rule for this week. You're not allowed to fuck her or come. Hands off, boy. She's all mine. Oh, what? Okay. And while I'm not married to either, and it might stop at any moment, over the years, our three-person relationship has grown to feel like a family. You don't have to practice cuckolding the same way we do it, either. This is just what works for us. There's a lot of depth and nuances to how you might engage with it. Some people like to dip their toes in with hot wifing/hot husbanding. It's a bit like cuckolding, but it's just about the sex and nothing more emotionally. Craig and I don't cuckold all the time either. We have a perfectly normal life 95% of the time.
Yeah.
Just, sometimes it's switched on. We can't express how important communication is with a kink like this. It might sound like we just found a horny hunk and dove right in it, but that's not the case. We spent so much time talking, exploring the kink verbally, testing the waters with threesomes, dating all around with different men. It's not just something we blindly jumped into head first, but rather baby stepped forward, always together. Where we're at is the accumulation of years of boundary testing and the sexual exploration and communication. It's not just about us, the married couple, either. When you invite a third into your lives, even if it's for a short time, you need to treat them as the real human being that they are. They aren't just rent a cox. Unless you've hired a professional, which is a totally valid option. And you still gotta treat them like they're human beings, because they are. Books exploring cuckolding come in all different types, sizes, genders, and sexualities. So while our personal scenario might look like a little white, cisgender, and straight, I wouldn't let that stop you if this dynamic at all interests you. But but a warning if you're interested in researching this kink. Unfortunately, there's some rotten racist edges that are hard to avoid stumbling over on the internet. A lot of cuckold porn stories and stereotypes are based around the white couples being with a big black third in a really ugly way, using racial slurs and all. That really sucks, but the practice of cuckolding isn't based on a race. Cuckolding is about the power dynamic between a couple and a third. We're playing with with pressure points for mutual sexual gratification. Holy shit, there's so many levels to this. Yup, cuckolding is a challenge, complicated kink that offers a world of risks and rewards. At the very least, I think we can agree that being a cuck is tough and takes lots of bravery and strength. Fuck yeah, I'm proud to be a cuck.
Quote him on that.
You're just slapping me. Slurp, slurp. Brought to you by our alpha Patreons at patreon.com/EricaMoen. To repost/license this comic, visit ohjoysextoy.com/license.
Jesus.
Did you get proper licensing, I see?
Every day we stray further from God.